me music! I was gonna take it to Walmart.
Go. Bye.
Bye.
Say that if you're not going.
What the fuck? Damn it, iTunes. What the fuck? Fuck you, iTunes. Oh. Create a completed. Oh my god. Oh, welcome back, iTunes. Hello. What is? Thank you. And welcome back to my computer. Alternative is indie now, not even indie rock.
Tillman, good to see you again. There's a few outstanding charges just before.
No. Pre-release. Unleash me! 赤ちゃん愛してる I love your allergies. Hey, Harvey! Harvey!
弄啊！
什么挠啊？
弄啊！怎么样？弄还没够，弄！
你问我什么东西？你要我刺青什么？
这里。
Why? 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 What did you want? 为什么你要刺？对啊。Harvey, no. Go. Harvey, go.
ally has been slain.
That's what I'm asking you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No? 你是要我买什么？你是要我买一个 carton 还是两个？
has been slain. Killing spree.
Springs you never find anything. So what's the use in hiding under our feet?
For the quest. good at staying down. Yep, it's even heavier than it looks. To the hero. Gotta see this through. Remember to roll! Roll for the quest.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
Probably take cover. I'm in 100%.
Ally has been slain.
That's everything, right? And it's not
Enemy
dead.
dominated. Shut down.
I admit it. I'm lost. Need a hero around here? Goes great with a hammer.
Ally has been slain. An enemy is legendary.
Shall transcend.
Shut down. An ally has been
That's
slain.
okay. I'm playing the long game.
An enemy is legendary.
I sure do a lot of walking. Not dented. Sorry about this.
An ally has been slain.
I know you're out there. Back to finding that hero. Man, quest is hard. Every step is one step.
Has been slain.
Yeah, just like the hero would buy. Go to the face. Careful, this path's a wall.
An ally has been slain.
One womp at a time. The hammer does most of the work. I just just in case they come creeping. Anyone seen a hero around here? How Demacian of you. All right, I know you're out there.
Alright, so this game was pretty much what I mean by, you know, like, I've always known how to build armor and, what is it? I've always known how to build armor and health. I just really wanted to isolate the situation. So it was a really good thing that we lost this game, because I feel like if I won this game, I wouldn't be able to, like, give the example that I really wanted to give, which was pretty much, like, so remember when I said, like, when you're, whatchamacallit? When you're, here, let me pull up my board post from yesterday. Oh, shit. My teeth hurts. Can I just go to media? I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can. I know I'm coming! Alright, let's see. Where is it? Okay, right here. So let's go to this board post. I hope it's still there. Yeah, it's still there. Okay, so remember yesterday when... Here, let me delete this. Let me close this. Alright, so remember yesterday when I was talking about armor versus health regen, right? I mean, I could always build this. I just wanted to, like, you know, no offense, but I've always built like this. Like, if you look at my really, really old past match histories, I would build like this on Anivia, because Anivia used to be kind of tanky. I would build it on Annie, which was not really fully tanky, but it was really fun to build tank Annie to jungle. You know, that shit was fun. Anyways, so my whole, like, I mean, if people have watched me for a while, you guys know I'm just fucking, you know, I just, so, you know what I was doing. But if you just came here and you just met me, like, you think I'm shitposting Melanie Mac, or you think I'm shitposting fucking Pokimane, and you just met me instead of, like, you know, a long time ago, then obviously you would not understand that I've been trying to build tank on, like, all chips for a really long time. And I think it's just hella funny because, like, you know, obviously when someone's new to my stream, they're just like, oh, I bet she's hating. I'm like, no, I don't think you understand what I'm doing. But anyways, besides that, so you know how over here I was explaining, I don't know if you guys can read it on your phone. Okay, so I was over here saying armor versus health and health regen. Like, I mean, I would love to work for Riot Games, but there's no point in balancing the game if nobody's actually understanding what I'm balancing, you know? Like, Riot can release all these fucking items, they can do, like, all these armor, health buffs, you know? But nobody actually knows what I'm fucking doing. So, like, what's the point of actually working for Riot? Like, I have more power as a streamer to explain to you guys what Riot Games is doing than being a Riot employee and not being able to say anything. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm a Riot employee, I'm not really allowed to tell you guys what's going on, because I mean, you guys have attacked Freak multiple times. You guys have attacked the person who's talking shit about Tyler 1, even though he wants to brag about him being the most toxic. So, I mean, you guys have proved time and time again that if you're a Riot employee, you're not really allowed to talk about your work. Even though, like, you guys constantly ask for Riot's feedback, when Riot gives you the feedback, you don't want the feedback. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's been proven multiple times that you guys obviously do not like it when Riot employees explain you guys stuff. So, I mean, I don't see a point in working for Riot if I cannot explain to you guys what I can do as a streamer. You know, like, as a streamer, I can talk about this. I can make board posts about health and armor without being harassed because I'm not a Riot employee, which is still kind of backwards, because you work for Riot because you want to balance the game, but then you're not allowed to discuss the game, even though you guys are asking for Riot's feed. You know what? These are all your words, so why don't you just take a moment to realize the words that you're saying? And, like, all these posts are public, so it's not like nobody can see them. I can easily repost the whole Reddit problem, like, let's see. Reddit Riot employee Tyler 1. See, like, that doesn't really make sense. Like, when, I mean, Tyler 1 has said multiple things. I mean, if you see, like, what Tyler 1 Medios.
What are your thoughts on Tyler 1's new...
Where's Tyler? I want to see. I want to see Tyler 1. Videos Tyler 1 toxic something, I don't remember. Was it Tyler 1? What was that video of Tyler 1 talks? Where's that Tyler 1 video? Tyler 1 on Medios being toxic. Holy Jesus. This is how people use Twitter. Where's that video on Tyler 1 being toxic explaining Tyler 1 talking about Medios?
Yeah, I heard about it. I don't have anything to say. He fed like 5 games in a row and said he was drunk. I mean, does he deserve a permaban for it? No, because it was his first time. Does he deserve a 2-week ban? Probably, yeah.
Medios talk. Okay, so I remember that one video about Tyler 1 talking about Medios, how like, oh yeah, here is Medios being toxic, and then like.
That shit, man. Fuck, dude. Fucking lying like a bitch.
Got perm banned from League a couple months ago after playing since Season 1. And I
mean, he left out.
Remember that one video about like Tyler 1 going through like all the tweets and stuff about how like Medios is actually toxic and then he deserves a right to be toxic towards Medios? Remember that fucking video? I don't know where the fuck that is.
It was a post on
open, no troll.
I just got done with same.
There was like this one video. Oh yeah, and Tyler 1 fucking loses to Geronimo. Did you guys watch this shit? That shit was fucking lit. Alright, anyways. Alright, we're not on the right track right now. It's Tyler 1. There was like this one. Where is that YouTube video of Tyler 1 going through Tyler 1 talking about Medios tweets? I don't fucking know. What is this? Quality shitpost. Oh yeah, so Tyler 1 was talking about this, and then they were saying how like, and then when the right employee wants to like treat Tyler 1 exactly the same, he gets fired. Like, you know, like it doesn't really make any sense. Like, what has Tyler 1? Alright, let's see. Tyler 1 most toxic player. I actually don't know.
Talk to you about the most real and he's only fudged. Well, with this one, guys, I swear to God, I can't say no to this. I mean, look at this fucking animal. He looks like a...
Okay, enough with the shit posting. So, I mean, if he says that he wants to bash somebody's head in, and then a Riot employee goes and says, hey, you look like a damn oh god, that's a big word. So that's my main point on why I think personally it doesn't make sense to be a Riot employee if you truly care about the game. I feel like maybe if I used my platform as a streamer who is usually very neutral and discusses a lot of things, because that's kind of my reputation in esports, because I actually... Alright, we're gonna start insulting people again. But, so, I mean, I have plenty of evidence of times when Riot employees were pretty much I mean, what was the other one? I know there was another example of a Riot employee, like, pretty much giving their opinion and then just completely getting shit on by the whole, like, Reddit community, because they're just like, hey, fuck you, like, Riot employee Reddit post. In Riot, I mean, now it's just covered with, like, there's, like, oh yeah, and there's, like, well, I mean, the XJ9 thing kind of ruined everything, and then there's, like, employees that are trying to just, you know, so, it's just, like, no winning for, what do I mean? Remember that one time that XJ9 girlfriend fucked Riot employees to get XJ9 banned. Remember that one time? And then there was that, and then, you know, so it's just like really bad for Riot employees. And then there was the fucking skin problem, like, the problems just never end. So we'll just leave it here, and we'll continue to discuss the poppy thing, because I mean the whole reason why I'm doing this as a streamer, and I say, like, I know a lot of people are like, hey, you know, if you have so many ideas for like all these Riot balances, why don't you just work for Riot? I'm like, well, I mean, look at the reputation Riot employees have. First, it's fucking XJ9's girlfriend, and then tries to get him banned. That's one really bad one. And then the person tries to talk like Tyler 1 and he gets fired. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like a whole bunch of other stuff on Reddit that, you know, a whole bunch of Reddit users will probably, you know, if I made like a Reddit post being like, hey, how many times has Riot employees got shitted on? Can you guys link me? I'm pretty sure we will have a whole shit ton of stuff, okay? Like, so, I mean, these are just the biggest things that I've heard of, and at the moment I can remember. So, I mean, those things don't exactly make you want to work at Riot, because I feel like as a streamer and being able to use my platform, I am actually very happy that half of my viewers are not viewers. Alright, anyways, so these, what I mean is, if you really think about it, like, I can only do this as a streamer, or like as a player, because like it doesn't seem like people really respect Riot employees. I mean, after the XJ9 thing, it kind of makes a lot of sense, but then when they try to regain their consciousness with the lol Tyler 1 thing, it didn't go. So, you know, there's just no point in being a Riot employee at this time. You know, I think you have, like, if you truly love the game, I would think that being a streamer and a public figure would help you out and help the game out a lot more than actually being a Riot employee, which is kind of backwards. Because if you truly love a company, you would technically work for them so you can make it better, but I don't think being a Riot employee would actually make the game better at this point. So I'm just saying that it's kind of depressing that, you know, that's probably why Riot sucks, but then I'm not gonna fix it too much, because, you know, like, the more Riot sucks, the more ownership gets sold to Tencent. So, like, I'm Chinese. Why would I complain? You know, like, I'm not gonna help you because I'm not getting paid to help you with your company, because it's not my idea. I'm not your financial advisor. You know, like, you're not paying me to help you market, or like, I'm not your publicist. I'm not trying to help you fix your brand or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm not really getting paid. So I'm just gonna help myself as a streamer to better my own brand, because I am aware of how to market and publicist myself good, so that everybody in the community would like me. Because, I mean, you're not, like, I'm not trying to hurt Riot or anything, but it's kind of like, you know, like, it kind of, like, you just, that's it, you know, that's just what happens when you hire bad people, you know, and then you guys don't really protect the Riot employee who was pretty much treating Tyler 1 the same way. But I understand that, you know, that's like a level of professionalism, so like, his sacrifice will not be unforgotten. So, anyways, I'm just putting that out there. So let's go back to the armor pen and health regen. Like, I just wanted to put that out there and put that, like, background information in your head, so you can kind of see, like, what kind of motivates me and why I'm doing these posts. Because it doesn't, like, it's like, if I don't make this post and then Riot does a change, it's like, oh my gosh, who is Christine fucking at Riot? I'm like, I'm not fucking anyone. I just really care about the game, and I'm pretty sure some Riot employees care about Riot as well. So I'm just giving them evidence and power to be able to change the game like they originally wanted to, and probably why they work for Riot Games to begin with. So that's why I'm kind of doing this stuff publicly as a streamer, because streamers rely on these games. So if you want your income to continue as a streamer, you have to help out these games. And everybody knows I'm not monetized. I'm not partnershiped. I feel like I probably can, but I feel like if I become partnerships, a lot of people would like think I'm a sellout, which is kind of like, you know, but it doesn't matter, okay, you guys? It doesn't matter for me. I don't really need the income. I truly love the game, and that's my goal, okay? So we'll go with the love on this one. So now that you guys have that kind of background information, you will kind of see why some of the things, well, especially this, I feel like it's a very good chance for me to kind of explain it in a way that is like more of a game loving side, not so much like, oh, I'm a girl, or like, oh, I'm here to get money kind of thing, you know? So with that said, and with that idea in your mind, let us go forward. And our forward is armor versus health regen, right? I have learned from Crepo from a really long time ago that, I mean, if you watch Crepo stream, you kind of tend to learn how to build tanks because that's pretty much all Crepo does. You know, all Crepo builds is Leona, fucking Braum, Blitz, Thresh. I think when Crepo started tanking Thresh, that shit would so fucking tilt people so bad because, you know, like, you couldn't kill Crepo and he would hook you every other and then just, like, it would just be like, oh, fuck you. So, a lot of my tanking ideas, I actually got it from Crepo. Because before, whenever I would build health regen, which is not really the way to go full tank. The way to go full tank is to stack in health. And I kept saying that that is really, really, like, that is going to make the game really easily. Because people can, like, easily build, like, stack health like no other, right? So that doesn't really balance out the game. Because now there's just, like, a whole bunch of damage items. And you never used your armor pen items. But before then, there was runes, thank you. So, it kind of balanced out the game because everybody would get armor pen. Because when I would get armor pen, I would use it as damage because the armor pen was part of the damage. It wasn't like separated. But then Riot released these new rune pages, which I think they were trying to focus on separating lethality with damage, which I can completely understand because that makes the game even more difficult. Because if you're really into details like I am, like, you would understand how, like, separating lethality and damage, thank you, would actually make the game a lot more difficult. Like, when I started stacking crit, thank you for remembering, when I started stacking crit instead of building damage, I think Riot was like, well, shit. Like, fuck. Because I would not get crit damage, because crit damage would be, like, slightly towards damage, so why wouldn't I just get full crit chance? Because there's less crit chance, and then I can just build you know what I mean? Like, so, kind of broke the system there. Got nerfed, so now they're just changing the whole thing where, like, I think the rune pages are more towards, like, either health or damage, which makes a lot of sense, but I was gonna try and make the game even harder by, like, separating out health. So health and health regen are the same thing, and then armor would be, like, a separate thing, you know? Like, you don't really do damage to armor if you're just building AD items, you know what I mean? Like, say you build, like, items like this, right? They're not going to do damage to armor. Like, you have to build, like, these items, which would kind of include, like, the armor pen thing, like, in the runes, but then, you know, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, I understand, like, if you stack in health and stuff, like, you know, so I'm just trying to, like, if you understand ratios and stuff, which I know a lot of people don't, so if you understand the ratios, you would kind of understand how when you're forced to build lethality, it would actually make the game automatically more balanced because you're like taking away some of the damage. Because if you look at the damage on some of these lethality and armor pen items, they're actually really, really weak. So, I mean, all these are like 50 and these are all 80. So, I mean, it automatically kind of balances out the game. And the main reason why I was saying this was not because I'm against health or health regen. Because, I mean, obviously, Warmog is one of my favorite items. Like, literally, Warmog is my favorite item. Like, I would build Warmog on Karma and Morgana and then go full AP and people would get so fucking pissed off. Because there's another thing, like, there's this thing where, like, as long as you build health, it works as armor and magic resist. So instead of people having to build armor or magic resist, you literally don't ever need fucking anything else except for health, which makes the game a lot easier for people who don't know what they're doing, because all you have to do is stack in health, which doesn't really balance out the game, because now you have a guy running it down with, like, all health items, no MR, but then you can't kill him. Like, that's not, like, it's not really fair for, like, say, like, you're a mid laner, right? And then it's like, if you build one, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, well, okay, I know a lot of people are not going to understand because only Riot employees really care about the balance of the game. let's talk about this from a boosting standpoint then. So for me, I'm not boosted. I love talking about items and I love discussing items because, you know, like it's really fun for me. You know, that's the whole point of calling it a strategy game. So you come up with different strategies, which means different items. And that's why sometimes some people are killable and some people aren't. So thank you for reminding me. So if you really wanted to talk about it from a boosting standpoint, then it's kind of like, well, if you're just going to copy the same build, like Sejuani, that looks like a fucking boosted build from fucking op.gg, right? OPGG Sejuani. So what is this? What does she build? See, Warmog, and then pretty much ran the same runes, the same build, the same items, same everything, right? Exactly. So I didn't even have to look at it and I already fucking know. So, I mean, if you're gonna run a boosted build, like, don't ever complain about not being able to play games like me. Like, what I'm doing is completely different from what you're doing. Like, I don't really care if I ever get out of bronze because my whole point is to really test the program. Like, if you're a programmer, like, the most fun you can ever have is to test out your program. Like, once your program works, you're just kind of like, all right, so what do I do now? Like, I'm done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you, like, my whole life was to make a program and I made it and it's pretty fucking good. So what am I gonna do now? You know? So for me personally, I'm seeing it from a programming standpoint, which is, you know, I want to entertain myself. And I mean, that's kind of why I stay in bronze 5, because it's like, I understand when it comes to like pro players, there's like a certain structure and like a certain thing with like business, sponsors, you know, all that. And I understand all that. That's why I'm like, you know, I can't find a reason to like buy a challenger account, and nobody's smart enough to come up with a legitimate business plan for everybody to win. So I'm just like, all right, well, I'm not going to help you. So we're just going to stay here and, you know, and plus, like, when you're in Challenger, if you're just gonna win games playing this, you're never gonna really be able to test out your build anyways. So, I mean, there really isn't... Why do I talk like that? Because I have tongue piercings. So sometimes I feel like using my tongue, sometimes I don't. So when I don't, I just start talking like this. But, so, you know what I mean? Like, my discussion is for, like, say, people who create these builds for everybody to follow. Like, it's fun to discuss with them because they're giggling the whole time too, because they fucking understand what I understand. But like, I don't really want to talk to people who just copy builds, because I mean, you probably don't understand what I'm saying anyways. Okay, thank you. So I'm not really insulting you. Like you have to understand, my stream is public, so I can't just like talk to a certain group of people. Like, I have to end up talking to everyone whether I like it or not, because I'm a public person. So, yeah, that's pretty much my point. Like, sometimes some of the stuff, like, you know, you guys think is hurting the boosting community, but it's really not. Because I'm like, well, if you're boosted, you're boosted. Like, I don't understand. Like, I have to report you because there's been, like, no offense, but the whole Nightblue situation just seems like he's boosted and he didn't want to pay for a diamond account anymore because they're all super expensive now. So he's starting to complain because he can't afford it, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I'm kind of like, well, you know, you can't really just publicly shame I am Cutie Pie because you're tired of buying boosts, and like, it doesn't make sense. So I started reporting people because I'm like, well, you're not exactly building like me. And what you're building actually doesn't make any sense. Like, if you look at this Sejuani build, you chose to follow that build, right? I mean, it's very evident you already follow the build. So let's go Sejuani. You don't ever see Meteos talking about this shit? He never fucking complains. He never said anything about anything Nightblue did. Nightblue's over there fucking trying to fucking expose I am Cutie Pie and trying to expose I will dominate. Meteos doesn't expose anybody. The only person he exposed was Tyler 1, but it's not even exposing Tyler 1 because he literally brags about it himself. Tyler 1 literally says, oh yeah, I'm the most toxic. Like, what? Meteos didn't even expose anybody. He's just repeating what Tyler 1 said about his brand. Like, where was the exposing? Like, Nightblue said a lot of shit nobody knew. Sejuani OPGG build. Thank you. What is it? Let's go Sejuani. What's that face there? Alright, so you guys can obviously see, like, you guys probably can't see. Fuck me. Just messy. Alright, so let's compare these two. Oh, my AMD is working really hard. Alright, so you see how, like, I can build full tank, right? So technically, I'm allowed to build Warmog. Why the fuck does Sejuani have Warmog? You're not even fucking full tank. What are you fucking doing? I didn't build any damage because I knew that I don't have any damage. So, like, I mean, if I go check his runes and his secondary runes are fucking damaged, like, I swear to God. So, you know, armor and cooldown. Hold on. After using the ability, the next bonus damage equal 100 base attack. Like, that isn't that a damage item? I don't have any damage items. This isn't damage. This isn't damage. This isn't damage. This isn't damage. Like, what are you talking about? Wait, what happened to my attack speed? Fuck it. Attack speed does not have any damage. Like, if you do, what is that? That item literally just has attack speed and cooldown. Like, nobody considers attack speed as damage because it doesn't do damage unless you build crit or you build damage. Attack speed items have no damage. Hello? And then I didn't build any mobility, and they're over there fucking speeding down the lane with fucking Dead Man's Plate with while moving, build stack of momentum, increase movement speed by up to 60 to 100 stacks. Where the fuck is my mobility? I don't think any of these have any mobility. So I mean, I don't see how you can complain about it. Like, you had a choice, but you chose to copy. So don't you think you should kind of respect them? Like, I'm respecting Riot as a game. You're respecting op.gg, so I mean, shouldn't you stick to that? That kind of makes sense. Like, I'm respecting Riot, so I'm not going to use that build. Because, no offense, op.gg, you don't really give money back to Riot. I'm pretty sure the players do, but op.gg itself does not give money to Riot. Does that make sense? I feel like people who own op.gg get it, but nobody else gets it. So, I mean, as long as you guys get it, it doesn't really matter if they get it, because... So, I just have to report it because, I mean, you guys are all trying to play victim, and I'm like, I don't think op.gg is purposely trying to hurt Riot. Like, you chose to build that because you thought what I'm doing is weak. So, I mean, if they're helping you, then, you know, the least you can do is stay loyal to them, right? I purposely did not, like, copy op.gg because I wanted to discuss these things. Like, ever since I came into esports, this is why people have noticed me, is because I can understand these things. And I want to keep that image. Like, if you came into esports and you're popular because of your rank, then, you know, keep doing you. But don't try to expose people like Night Blue 3. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, you were loyal up to Diamond and then now you think you're better. Like, I don't understand. I'm like, I don't get it. So that's why I report you, because I'm like, oh yeah, and there was a lot of people saying how Riot never reads their reports. Riot never reads the reports. Does anyone in Riot see? A lot of people get really pissed off and they just, you know, sometimes lose faith. Oh yeah, a lot of people kept saying the feedback system is broken, and so that's why I'm every single time I'm always making these things. I'm like, well, I don't want to say like, oh yeah, it's Sejuani, but then it ends up being everybody. Like, it's not really fair to like spam, you know what I mean? Because I think Riot said a few times, they're like, yeah, if you flag their account a few times, then, you know. So I'm like, well, Riot kind of has to read the report, because I don't want to flag the wrong person. Like, what if Zed never did anything? You know what I mean? And then someone just hates Zed. That doesn't fucking make sense to just get Zed banned when, like, what? Are you guys understanding? So that's why I'm kind of like, the way I make reports, I always say I'm sorry for any false reports, because I don't know who it is. I don't have the information to check. And usually Riot does this thing where it's like, well, if one account gets a lot of flags, then they get a ban. But it's kind of like, well, I'm flagging every account because I don't want to flag the wrong person. And, you know, remember that Singe support stuff? Thank you for reminding me. Singe support banned. Like, that's pretty fucked up. Like, what? Like, this is why a lot of people lost faith in the system, because they're just like, okay, just because everybody flags this person does not mean they're like a feeder. They're actually legitimate, like a pretty fucking good support too. So that's kind of why I started making reports this way, because I'm like, dude, I don't want to report the wrong person. And like, it doesn't make sense just because everybody's like, oh yeah, go report this person, and then this person gets banned. And I'm like, dude, they came up with a good fucking idea. You know, like, why would I report a person who obviously loves this game? Like, if you don't love this game, you're never going to come up with new ideas. That's just how the game is structured. Which is really fucking brilliant. But no, you know who made it, because when they start talking and their passion and their explanation just shows you like what they know, you know. So I mostly just do this because I am aware of the Singe support stuff, and I thought that was total fucking bullshit. Like, it's, and I'm sure a lot of people in the community think the same way, because they're very fucking pissed off. They're like, dude, like, what the fuck, Riot? Do you not read your fucking reports? Like, do you not check the game? Like, is it all automated? All right, you guys, I read enough of that negativity. I'm just gonna leave that there. So that's, I just kind of wanted to put this in a video so you guys can, you know, understand why I'm doing the things that I do, because I couldn't agree more. Because, I mean, if I was in Challenger, I would never understand the things that you guys, which is kind of backwards, because Challenger is supposed to be, like, skill-based. But we all know the new Challengers coming in are not really skill-based anymore. So sooner or later, we're gonna have to accept that and move on. So, I mean, that's all I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm coming, and I just wanted to put all of that into a video, and, you know, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube, and hopefully you guys will understand that I am not against, you know, boosting or any of that. I personally love strategy games. Like, I only like puzzle games, I only like strategy games. Tetris is a fucking no. It's not pretty, it doesn't have pretty colors, things aren't flashy, nothing is cute, it's just a whole bunch of fucking blocks. Like, no, fuck you. I need more colors and graphics, okay? This is why I love Riot, because everything is pretty sparkly and shiny. Don't judge me. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoy this video and understand that I am not against the boosting community. I just, you know, I want to discuss these things. If I wanted to play a stupid game with no brain, then I would play Call of Duty, because everybody uses the same guns, everybody uses the same suppressors. Like, the only thing different is the skin. Like, there's no items. Like, anyway, so putting that out there, I hope you guys enjoy this video, because I tried about like 4 or 5 times doing it and just kept getting tilted. So, enjoy.